The PCA, I'm Dr. Chris R. I'm the vice president, and there's lots of changes actually happen in the PCA and across our state and across chiropractic. So I'm trying to do a seasonal update just to kind of give you what's going on and keep you informed so you can make the best decisions for you, your practice, so you can practice successfully and help out as many people as possible. So a couple of the biggest changes that we have going on is if you've not been aware of, there's been a change of the helm. So our longtime executive director, Ed Nelson, has retired, so we want to congratulate him for the years of service that he put in. But we also do have a new executive director, Mike Barba, who took over the end of January. He's bringing a lot of new ideas, insights. We're radically changing the PCA, what it stands for, what we can do. We're being a lot more productive. He's adding a lot of new innovative insights into the PCA. So we're excited for what he's doing. Very soon you'll get a chance to meet him, see what he's about, and why part of the leadership here at the PCA is excited to have him on board, and we're excited to see some of the things actually happening. The other transition is Dr. Keith Miller, who has been part of the PCA for probably at least 15, 17 years, and he's been president for the last year, 2 years. His presidency will end May, and also Drew Heck, who got elected in October, will be the new president of the PCA starting in May. So a lot of changes in leadership, but also changes bring new innovative ideas. Super thankful for Ed and Keith and their what they have contributed to the PCA up into this part, but really looking forward to a really amazing year with Mike at the helm and also some great ideas that Drew is actually bringing to the PCA. The other thing is I want to let you know is staying up to date. So we're actually sending out, hopefully this video you received in text or email, that we do have different ways to communicate. If you're not getting text messages from us to keep you up to date with important information, please reach out to the home office and they'll take care of that. Again, we're trying to be very judicious in how we're sending out text messages, only to those messages that are extremely important for everyone. Also, too, is make sure you're updating your email addresses. If you're not getting regular emails from the PCA, please update the web address and call the home office. And I also have a picture here of our Facebook page. If you're not part of that, please join that. There's a members only group where it's only for members, and there's a lot of exchange of great ideas on there or questions. This came up with an insurance claim. What do we do with this? Does anyone know where I can get this and X, Y, and Z? And we all kind of chime in. So it's a very active group, a lot of good conversations. It's kind of really real-time information that can be distributed in between practitioners. So it's a really good opportunity. So if you're not on the Facebook membership page, reach out again to the home office to make sure you're part of that. The biggest thing that's actually coming very, very closely here is our scope of practice change in the PCA. For some of those who don't know, our scope of practice is about 50 years old. The languaging is very archaic. It doesn't really now fit into the evolution of where chiropractic profession is actually at. So it's time that we upgrade those for various reasons. Other states that have old languaging like ours have been attacked, and especially in Texas, they were actually trying to take away diagnosing from chiropractors altogether. Luckily, that did not go through, but our state can actually be targeted very, very easily for those purposes. So we need to update it. We also need to include, again, some different topics in that new scope. This list here is just some of the things that we're going to try to get included in: adjunctive procedures. Animal chiropractic right now is kind of like that gray area. No one really knows what to do with it because it kind of crosses veterinary and also chiropractic. We want to make sure that that's actually clearly defined and how it's actually going to be done. We're going to actually push for where chiropractic does not have to fit underneath the jurisdiction of a veterinarian for just musculoskeletal type issues. So that's going to be something we're going to be pushing for. Dry needling is going to be now part of the scope. Chiropractic in sports, concussion management. Right now, chiropractors cannot manage concussion, even though many of see concussion do very well with concussion cases. Our language does not include it, so we need to include that in there. We're also going to get more clarification, continuing education, and also board certification of specialties will actually be more defined. So we're going to be kind of just really updating it. I know when you talk about updating scope, there's a lot of people that have issues with it, get concerned about what also isn't going to be included in it. Is it going to include drugs? Is it going to include all these, injectables and stuff, which some other states have moved in that direction? Right now, the way it is written, it does not include any of those. We're going to stay tried and true to the principle of chiropractic being drugless, non-injectable. So we're not going to change those principles, but we're just going to update the languaging to make sure it more reflects what it is that is happening in our profession as we grow and help more. Another big thing that we want to include is nutrition. A lot of chiropractors recommending nutrition, recommending testing, but it's not literally defined in our scope whether we can or can't do it. So we want to make sure people aren't doing things that are not, they're going to get to legal ramifications down the road. So we need to kind of just get clarification and put it in there. So stay abreast of this, what's going on. This is a process. I've started to learn that at any time you're making major changes in the scope, it's going to take probably 2 years, maybe 3 years to get this actually pushed through. It has to go through a lot of hands, a lot of regulations, a lot of people is going to look at this. So we're going to try to keep you posted if you're members, what's actually happening. At some point in time, we might have to ask you guys to reach out to your representatives to help push this along if it comes to that point. But again, just make sure you're always aware of things by reading special updates, and we're hopefully information like this given to you will keep you posted. The next thing also to bring attention is our PCA annual convention is coming up very quickly. It's actually the first weekend in May here, May 3rd through 5th in Lancaster. So it's the central part of the state. So hopefully we'll get from the west, from the east, even from the north, people come down and actually be in Lancaster. So it'll be a great location. We actually will have as much as 18 in-person credits to get up to 28. Actually, in total, 10 credits are going to be virtual that you can actually do. So you can get all of your CE credits that you need for September here all in one place. So if you've not registered, please go to our website and do that. Also, too, early bird, which saves $100 off your registration, ends March 31st. So please get in, please register. I hate charging people extra for the same thing, but just make a decision and come and show up. Great speakers, lineup of speakers. Again, our website shows you all the amazing speakers. We're going to have actually 4 different tracks plus CA training to train your CAs of what's going on with the changes, insurances, all kinds of other legal things that they need to be aware of. So it should be a great event. And I didn't even talk about the after-hour stuff. There's so much great conversation that happens around a meal and about dinner and stuff that you can actually just catch up with some great things and share ideas. I know that's the part I enjoy the most out of just being around other great chiropractors in one location. So mark your dates, get signed up for it. It is approaching very fast. Speaking of CE credits, if you're not coming to convention, also know that the PCA has a wide variety of CE content, either live or on demand. So if you go to our CE page, you're going to see all kinds of different live ones and also on demand that you can watch at any point in time to also get your CE credits. So I would just ask of you is it in your preference to getting CE credits, if you can keep PCA at the top of your mind. I know there are a lot of other places you can get CE credits, but the PCA, we use the money that we generate from the CE courses to fight for you and for your rights. Other people, they are a business and puts it right into their pocket. It's not going back and actually helping to defend your rights. So if you can do something on our CE platform and stuff, just know that money is actually going back to you. So keep that in mind. Also, too, if you've not been aware of, we've actually made changes in our membership levels that you can now actually up level your membership levels and get lots of free stuff. The basic membership is where most people are at. We also have an associate membership now that's also available. So if your associates can get free CE credits, so that's actually a nice little benefit to them. But there's also a silver, gold, and also a diamond level. What those do is silver level includes your convention. It's actually at a reduced rate. If you're going to go from convention, just sign up for the silver level. You can call home office and they can upgrade you at any time. Gold also includes some other benefits like CE credits. And then your diamond includes all of that. And also you get free staff members can go to convention with that. So take a look at it as far as, again, some of these are very basic payments per month, $55 a month, up to even $125 a month, just to give back to the profession, help out, make sure you take advantage of those different levels, especially if you're going to convention, especially if you're doing CE. You may as well just pay for it up front and then have it free at the very end, all your CE credits that you would need in a year's time. So again, we also have free services for new DCs. If you know any DCs that are just coming out of office or coming in and starting to practice, The first year is actually free, and then actually it up levels after that. So make sure we get the DC started right so we can actually get them going in the right direction. The other new update is we've been talking about this for a long period of time is chiropractic modernization. It's actually in Medicare, so this is more of a federal thing. We just want to keep you posted in Pennsylvania what's going on. With a lot of groundswell, it feels like we can kind of see this thing we've been talking about for many years, just not get traction, actually start to get traction. We're very hopeful that this year might be the year that this actually gets passed. We're getting lots of sponsors, co-sponsors on board, but we always can use some more help. So here's a QR code for you guys to scan. Also, we're going to include this into your as an attachment onto this video that you're watching, that you can actually download this and you can print it out and you can actually put it into your office and actually have your people actually scan this. What this will do is actually have them go directly and automatically to all the representatives and senators that's in their district that will actually say is, hey, I want to support this. So it's kind of trying to get some more local groundswell, grassroots efforts to kind of get this passed. We have most of the Pennsylvania representatives actually secured as co-sponsors. Our senators are the ones we're still holding out on. The two senators from PA have not signed on as co-sponsors yet, but we want to kind of push them to make that happen. If they get signed on and done, then it kind of looks better for the United States as a whole. This is something we'll actually have happen. So any help you can get more people to sign, hopefully you guys have all done it personally as a chiropractor to modernize Medicare, we would appreciate that. Some other things in a state and local level that's actually happening is exercise delegation. If you guys do remember, that was something that stripped away from us a couple years ago, that staff cannot supervise an exercise, only a chiropractor can. There is a big push, and again, we're very hopeful this year might be the year we get this changed. We're getting a lot of support from this to actually happen. So we want to kind of keep you posted. There again, same thing. We might rule out his, hey, we need everyone to scan this, and we need you guys to step up and talk to your state local representatives to make sure we get this passed. But again, we got the languaging written. It seems like it's very favorable. We got the right people and Harrisburg that's supporting this, but we just got to make sure it's getting pushed through. Copay regulation is the next big thing that we're going to be taking on. It's going to be more of a global thing. It's not going to just affect chiropractic, but affect a lot of other professions. We're going to try to rein in some of these copays that are $150, $200, which is just insane. So we want to actually have that being reduced down to a regular normal level. It should only be a certain percentage of their overall bill should be what the copay should be allowed to be. Again, we're mimicking some other states across the United States that passed similar legislation. So again, we want to bring down those copays into a reasonable amount. We're also pushing to get PIAA to include chiropractors. So that's the athletic association that governs all of sports in Pennsylvania right now. They do not recognize chiropractors as being able to treat, especially on or look or observe even on the sideline or treat athletes and stuff, which is a shame. Again, our scope says that we should be able to see patients throughout their journey and for their health issues, as long as it fits into a chiropractic role. The PIAA is pushing back against that and does not want chiropractic in that. And that's kind of the whole concussion kind of conversation that's also wrapped into that. So we're pushing to make that happen. It's a shame that they have to do it legislative wise, but we want to make that happen. And also we're really working hard to increase our PIP. PIP is the amount of money that a personal injury person can actually have for the medical bills. Right now it's 5,000. That was set probably almost 20 years ago, or at least 15 years ago. We want to actually double that, or probably even go for triple that amount, because right now even $5,000, if they go to a hospital, have an MRI done, by the time they show up to your office, they've already almost exhausted it. So treatment's not even happened yet, and they have really no money left over. So we're going to kind of push for that and stuff and make sure we can kind of help that for those chiropractors that are in that industry. It would be a big benefit to them, and being able to treat patients and not have to move them over to self-pay so quickly. So if you're interested in actually supporting some of these topics on a state level and stuff, we're also asking you to donate for our PAC. PAC is a fund that's separate from the PCA that you can contribute to, that is politically geared to help pass some of these bills. So just go onto our website, look for the PAC donation, and just donate $5 to $10 a month. It makes it simple and easy, so you can actually we can actually move some of these bills ahead when there's actually need for financial impetus to get some of these moved along. So let's talk about the ugly, which is always the insurance portion of it. Wish I always had better news when it comes to insurance bringing it to you, but we are doing our best to push back. So let's talk about the Helion Arc. If you've not been aware of that, the Navinet and submission of authorizations for Highmark through Navinet is now sunsetted. It is no longer. You now have to go through Helion Arc. We hear you. We understand that this has been really just a show about this whole transition stuff. And I just want to let you know is the diligence that Dr. Keith Miller, our president, has been pushing back. He's been sending out daily emails to Highmark about getting the changes that we want to see happening, about the confusion that is on there. He's had meetings with them. He's talked to them, trying to make these changes happen. They're just slow in implementing this. We feel it's kind of a system that's not really been well thought out of. They just kind of have abruptly moved everyone over, and they're trying to build it and construct it as we're trying to move into it. So it's not the best situation, but no, we are fighting for you. We're the only state organization that's stepping up and trying to push back against it. They are listening to us. They are having meetings with us sometimes, not as frequently as we'd like to see it, but they are trying to make some steps. We're seeing small changes, so we know our voice is being heard. We're just trying to hopefully make it a little bit faster and quicker. So if you're still having issues, please reach out to the home office. We'll try to help guide you through that. I know there's been a lot of chatter on our Facebook page about how to navigate certain things. So if you're not on there, that's a great resource to have. And again, if any specific questions, reach out, but just know we're pushing for you, and hopefully we'll get some improvement here very quickly with that. UPMC is still making a few changes on their end of it. I know part of the UPMC network and stuff is about the representatives. We've not really had fair representation. You call to speak to a chiropractic representative and they never get back to you. I know that's one major change that's actually happening. Rolling out this month and into next month, will there actually be a dedicated regional representative? There, I think there's going to be 20 or maybe 25. Now, representatives, not just for one, we have 25 of them. The only thing is we will be sharing that representative with all healthcare providers, so with medical doctors, physical therapists. So there won't be a dedicated one for chiropractic, but at least we'll be having hopefully someone that we can express interest or express concerns to and actually get responses back. I know personally, I've reached out numerous times to our representative and never got an answer back. So it'd be nice to actually have a voice to actually be heard and get the answers you need. So that's actually coming. They're also making some slow changes on their metrics and stuff. So hopefully they're going to update it to make the metrics on the AMI system more in line to what they're measuring, because right now AMI is using a calendar year. UPMC is not. They're using from December through May and then June through November as their periods that they're measuring those visits in. So we're hopefully getting that more aligned. So keep up to date with those. Keep watching your emails with this. I know we're sending out regular messages about insurances. And again, hopefully one of these days we will have good news to report. We do have something neat that the PCA has kind of put together. This was not our original thing, but kind of this flyer has actually done that. The state actually has created a separate party that kind of hopefully help people that have healthcare concerns. So if you have a patient that's been denied care, or they don't feel their copay is right, or they don't feel how the insurance has been administered, and they used to have to go through the insurance commission, which was a long process. Usually nothing really happened from it. Now they actually have a third party that the administration at Harrisburg changed and said, hey, we want to have more ears and insights into this. So this is kind of a QR code and actually insurance, or a website that you can go to, and you can give this to your practice members. If you don't agree with your insurance coverage, go here, make a complaint. It will actually be heard by someone, and hopefully that will actually then go up the chain, and we'll see if there is regular abuse by the insurance companies not giving the benefits that they should, or having plans that actually have really no or zero benefits. Then some things can actually get done. So again, print this out, give this out. If you have any patients that complain about their insurance coverages, it's now not something you have to explain to. Say, hey, here's a way you can actually have your voice heard, and actually send it out. So again, we're going to put these as actually attachments to this. The other benefit that we're really excited about that just started in January, that a few people started to already take advantage of, we're getting great feedback, that I want to make sure you're aware of, is this Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. This is actually a free benefit to you. It's if you were to pay for it on your own, it's a $300 a year benefit that you pay for it individually. And again, it's free. What it is marketing. So who can use more help to market? Who can get the message out to chiropractic more to people? I know we can always use help socially, digitally, and also even in print form can actually be done. And these are a company that actually has it, or a foundation that has all those resources. What's nice is they have a topic of the month. They go through and they give you all kinds of print forms. They can give you resources like digital and social media posts. They can also give you PowerPoints. If you want to do an in-house lecture, they can give you that. There's a podcast. There's all kinds of great information they have on here on specific topics that relates to chiropractic and chiropractic health. And again, it's done by a national foundation that has won tons of awards for their media savvy and stuff. So it's a lot of it is done for you. You just copy paste it into your things, and it's already taken care of. So please take advantage of it. There'll be a link down below to go ahead and sign up for it. Another thing that's also advantage to this is a find a doctor website or on their webpage. So they're having lots of public go to their website to find out more about chiropractic, and from there they have a doctor website. If you are a PCA member and you log in and you sign up for this free membership, you will be automatically listed under that Find a Doc website. So isn't that pretty awesome? They're already marketing for you and you're not doing anything other than signing up. So take advantage of free services like that. Again, that pays for your dues. $300 back to you makes a big difference. I kind of promise I'm going to keep this brief, so I want to give you all of the nitty gritty, the big level business that's actually happening in the PCA and what's actually going on in our state, and hopefully keep you guys up to date. So appreciate you guys and your support, and we look forward to meeting you and seeing you at convention or the next regional meeting or the next time we get a chance to cross paths. All right, take care and enjoy spring, everyone. The PCA, I'm